They say time flies when you're having fun, and they are not wrong. I've spent a week now bikepacking through the Visayas region of the Philippines. It's been so much fun. I'm starting off this second week with a big ride. 74 kilometers from Manuyod all the way down to Dauin. 80 kilometers in the legs today. I'm probably going to pay for that tomorrow because we're hiking up Mount Talinis, 1500 meters of incline, one of the biggest peaks here on Negros Island. Made it to AV Maze Dive Resort. This is going to be our home for 2 nights. Beautiful little beach huts right on the ocean. Oh, it's bloody hot today. I'm melting.
Let's go have a mango smoothie.
I deserve that after 80 Ks.
Oh, made it.
Okay guys, today we're on a big adventure. We're heading up to the second tallest peak on the island of Negros. It's called Mount Talonis. 1,903 meters above sea level, and it's going to take 1,500 meters of incline to reach the top where we're going to camp tonight. I've got the bag loaded. We've got camping gear, food, cameras, drones, all the sleeping gear, sleeping bags, sleeping pads. So it's a heavy load and it's going to be a steep climb. I think we're expecting to take all day, and we're going to have some incredible views because this peak, it's really up there on this side of the island. There's nothing higher around it. We're going to see the ocean on both sides. They say that this is one of the hardest hikes in the Philippines, with 200 meters of incline per kilometer for a total of 1,500 meters of incline. It's definitely living up to its name. It started steep, steep, steep. We're absolutely cruising for time, I think. We're almost halfway to summit. It's been about 2 hours. I was expecting a much longer hike, but we're not there yet, so we'll see how that unfolds. We're currently going through a beautiful single track here, surrounded by a forest on all sides. A beautifully sandy single track. We've made it down to a beautiful little oasis, blue water, classic Philippine style. Easy.
There's food here, not a campsite.
Coffee.
Coffee.
It was the water guardian of Valencia, which is where we just came from. He had brewed coffee.
Nice.
Or hot water, so he said we can have some.
Yay! Look at this cat, beautiful eyes.
that's very hard.
It's hard?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, don't put so much.
So we got some local coffee as a nice little gift at the rest stop. And what is this one, Jason?
Root crops. In Bisaya, Carabal.
Wow.
Sweet potato.
Yeah, sweet potato.
Ano
Or
no?
root, like a root.
Yeah.
Cassava.
Cassava, potato, snacks. So it's tasting like pretty plain potato, but local hack. Dip it in the sugar. Dessert. If you can hear that loud noise behind me, it's because we've reached Twin Falls. This is the main one here, and there's a small one over there. This is just a short pit stop after the halfway point of our hike to Mount Talinis.
Jason's gotten us some guava, a lot bigger than the ones you'd find on Oahu hiking.
Local guava. Pretty damn good. That smell is so strong. We're hit down here at the sulfur vents. This river is completely yellow. Mount Talinis is no longer active, but there's geothermal activity here, which is why you've got these sulfur vents down by the river. So once you leave the sulfur vents and head up the mountain, that's when you're starting to hit the meat of this hike. You've done 800 meters of incline by then, and you've still got another 500 or 600 to go to reach the campsite. Sun's directly overhead, forest is starting to get really hot, and the incline here is pretty relentless. So this is probably the tough part of the hike so far, and you're still carrying your full load until you get to the campsite. So we're pushing through the forest now. With almost 1,000 meters of vert in the bank, we've made it to the lunch. Bought some chicken inasal. Well, as Pamela licks her fingers in the background, all I can say is that chicken inasal in the jungle on a hike in the Philippines, very satisfying. I can only liken it to bread and Swiss cheese and chocolates in Switzerland. Fantastic. Very, very satisfying, and anybody hiking the Philippines, just order an extra inasal the night before. Bang. Best meal on a hike. Final kilometer to summit, brutally steep. That's all I can say. You'll feel it when you get here. Kilometers in, made it to our campsite, Lake Nailig. 1,200 meters of incline, and now it's time to pick a campsite. What do you guys think about this spot here? I think we'll set the tent right there. Quite the backdrop. We've got our campsite set up and secured. We're going to leave a few extra possessions here, And then we make the steep journey up to the summit of Mount Talonis, 1,903 meters. It's 500 meters from here, which seems kind of short, but it's also got almost 300 meters of elevation, and people say this is a pretty steep last little summit assault. After 8 long hours on the move, we've made it to the summit of Mount Talinis from Valencia. 1,400 meters of incline, 12 kilometers, and now we're in this beautiful tree that overhangs Lake Nailig. We had a super fun time up here at the summit. It's really beautiful. This old tree with the intertwined roots really makes you look over the incredible Lake Nailig. We just hung out up here for an hour, but it's 4 o'clock. Time to head back down to our campsite, have a quick wash up, and get to cooking some dinner. Day done. I forgot to bring a fork. Alright guys, it's a good night here from the campsite at Lake Nailig. We've got a beautiful sunset happening. Got my chopsticks from the forest and some noodles and rice that Jason has cooked up a storm for us. So all smiles here at Mount Talinis. Good morning guys, up here from the campsite at Lake Nailig. Had a pretty good sleep. Now it's time to pack up and head down the mountain towards Dauin. It's time to head off for the morning. We're leaving our beautiful campsite behind and we're heading down to Dauin. This is the shorter exit route. We reckon we should be out within 4 hours, and on the way we're going to pass by Lake Yagumyum, so that'll be something to check out along the way. hours and we've made it down to Lake Yogomyom. Lake Yogomyom marks the halfway mark on our descent down. We've done about 2.5 kilometers, another 2.5 to go, making the very steep descent down, but it's much shorter to go down to Dauin rather than back down to Valencia. I think that's why the guides like this way. Overall, I'd probably suggest this hike for experienced hikers, mostly because of the vertical gain. We put in 1,500 meters of vert yesterday and then descended down today. So legs take a pretty good hit. You're also dealing with a trail that is got a lot of intertwined roots, muddy steps up and down. You're ducking and diving, weaving and winding through lots of different little burrows and arches and channels. So definitely it's not a basic adventure, but it's manageable by most people in good fitness. So I hope you get out and enjoy this one. Give it a go. It's definitely a tough challenge. We've emerged from the jungle after 17 kilometers up and down. That was the Mount Talinis adventure. We're now almost at the jump off point on the Dauin side, waiting for our pickup on motorbike. Head back down into Dauin town, have some breakfast.